All right, team, let's start out with a prayer.
Nigga.
Huh?
No.
Don't you want to touch your saliva-soaked finger?
Shit.
I couldn't help it, bro.
I give him a voice. All right, I'm done. Dear God, thank you for bringing us here today. Thank you for waking us up, giving us strength, making us all healthy once again, making sure everybody got here safely and comfortably. Thank you for steadily progressing us, making us strong, making us as a unit, bringing us back here today, and having a beautiful day. Lord, we thank you. We love you. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Back for the NSP podcast. I'm your host, Mackolous. I got 3D in the building, Shay Monya. We got Trelly, and we got my man, Renzo. And the topic of discussion for today is, what kind of parent do you think you will be? Now, open the floor for it. Talk to me, because, you know, Day, she been waiting for this type of episode.
I knew you were calling me out. I felt it in my spirit. Okay. I'll go first.
Okay.
What type of parent do I think I will be? Okay. Follow me for a second, because it's gonna go over your head, maybe a little bit. Ooh. So before I became a teacher, right, there were like 4 different types of teachers that they told us we could be. But the one that you were like supposed to strive for is called a warm demander. So it's like, on a warm side, it's like you're approachable, you lovable, like the kids can come to you because y'all got that rapport and they know you care. But you a demander in that they know not to play with you.
Yes, Lord.
And they understand that you have an expectation for them and that they need to meet it. And if they don't, like, they know there's some type of like pushback or consequences coming. I think more or less that is the type of parent I would want to be. Like, I want my kids to know you could come to me for anything, with anything. Like, it's nothing you can't tell me. But you better not play with me. Like, I don't want to be that type of mother that got to be on some, oh, wait till your father get home. Hell no, mommy will whoop that ass too. You feel me? And then afterwards, you know, you hungry? Come eat dinner. Let's have a conversation about why you got that ass eat.
See, I don't know.
That's the motion shit.
But based off of, it's a question that I just thought about. Based off of the fact that you are a teacher, how do you think that will affect you being a parent?
Because I can speak from that. Well, not now, but I can speak from that perspective too.
I mean, I worked in a daycare for like 3-4 years, so I can kind of.
I ain't gonna lie, it's funny you asked me that, because every year that I've been a teacher, I've had different feelings about being a parent. So, like, my mentor teacher, before I started my first year, she asked me, she was like, you know, do you have kids? And I'm like, no, not yet. She's like, do you want them? I'm like, yeah. She was like, okay, keep that, hold on to it, because this job is going to, like, rock your feelings on that. And I lied to you not. That first year, I taught kindergarten. They was all over the place all the time, and I was still trying to learn, like, classroom management. So, like, that first year, I was talking to my boyfriend, like, listen, you just going to have to, like, choose whenever you need and secretly knock me up, because I'm never going to come home saying I want this. Like, I didn't want them when I taught kindergarten.
Yeah.
By the time I started teaching 3rd grade, I wanted them. I was like, oh yeah, I had certain students that I'm like, I want my daughter to be like this. I want my son to be like this. Like, yeah. And now that I'm in my 5th year, it's like, yeah, it does, like, because some of my students, I'm like, I know it actually, I feel like it prepares me. I ain't gonna lie. It teaches me.
You're dealing with somebody else's kids, not your kids. So I already know your patience.
Like,
and I feel like the way my kids are, I can get a sense of the type of parent you have based off of the way your child acts. So it's like, in a way.
Hell yeah.
Because you got some kids who know how to do that switch very well. In which case,
bro,
I didn't think your mother was strict because you a badass. But then you got some kids that's like, yo, I know your mother is doing right by you. You so intelligent, you smart, you wealthy, like you look clean.
Yeah,
it's not every.
But I be saying this though, because working at an alternative school is like, you get to see kids that act an ass when they with you, but with they parent, they whole complete different person.
Oh my God.
I just don't understand it. Like
that little nigga that used to bite me, that I used to tell y'all about, y'all. Which one is my? All right, I used to get bit. I used to like, man, this little boy was bad as hell. I ain't gonna say his name, but I'm just saying, like, I used to get bit. His mother would come pick him up. I used to want to knock him out, yo. He used to be like, "Hi, my head." I'm like, this
whole different fucking person.
Yeah, like a whole 360.
Smart as shit playing the game.
I used to look at his mother like, "Don't fall for you. Better not pick him up. You better not hug him." Because let me tell you the type of day he is. Let me show you this video. Look at this.
No.
Making of an evil
Man, that
genius.
shit used to make me mad. Because how do you know at 3 years old how to turn it on and turn it off so quick like that?
Making of an evil genius.
But I ain't gonna lie, what I learned about that child, he got one of those mothers who gets his dad to get on him. Because the first time I showed his mother a video, she was like, "Send that to me. I'm gonna show it to his father." And I seen one day dad brought him in and he didn't play with his father. I'm not gonna do that. You need to be equally afraid of both of us.
Yeah,
right.
Especially if I have a little girl, because the father not gonna hit a little girl. I will.
Shit, I still a little girl too, motherfucker. Depends on.
It depends on her age. She gotta get to an age when you feel like she can take a licking. Yeah, you're right. But like my father,
like Elisa tripping.
My father would pluck me on my knuckles, and that's all it took. And I would cry, and I was better.
I show y'all. I know a lady that'll whoop your ass regardless what gender you is. Rest in peace, your soul. My grandma will whoop
oh
your
hell yeah!
ass.
What? Man, y'all couldn't handle my own brother.
Baby, adult. I don't
Hell
give a fuck who
yeah.
it was. Nigga,
Okay.
you get your ass whipped.
Don't let the hype fool. Don't let the cane fool, because that cane is turning into a weapon real quick.
Your ass regardless.
Okay, period.
That shit get the strap. Fuck you talking about.
Okay.
Get the strap too. Fuck you talking about.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
She done bought that shit out one time. I didn't even know she had it. We got back in the car. She was like, I was ready to get my shit on that nigga. I'm like,
yes,
you
Lord.
got that with you?
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. But I was gonna piggyback because I don't know what kind of parent I would be. I think it depends on the gender of my first child. In my opinion.
Okay.
It depends on if I have a girl or a boy. And the reason I say that is because I feel like the girl gonna make me a spoiled fucking
He going
terrible ass. I mean the girl. I said girl, right?
Yeah.
The girl, yeah. She gonna make me.
She gonna make you fold.
Yeah,
she gonna palm of her hand.
And I think the boy, I'm gonna have him on some structure early, like super early, like in the sport. So it's something real like early, and we
You
gonna
make
just
him militant.
yeah. So that's why it depends on which one I have first. Like if I have a girl first, I feel like I'll be more mushy throughout all the rest of the kids I have, and be more spoiling. But if I have a boy first, I think we're gonna be on some we gotta grind it out. Like it's grind time once you first come out the womb.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean once you first come out the womb, we focus, my nigga. Like I'm gonna make sure we breed you something a different way. I mean that's because I think when I see like my son, I'm gonna pass the legacy on to my daughter as well, but it's gonna hit a little different because I'm getting it from my father. So that's kind of why my mentality is depending on which gender I have first. So
that's what I was going to ask y'all. Would y'all be strict or cool with y'all kids? But it seemed like from what you said,
I'm gonna be cool regardless.
You'd be more strict on your son more than
but I'm gonna be cool.
Daughter.
I'm gonna be a cool strict. Like I'm not gonna be the nigga. I'm gonna be like.
You think it'll flip flop because when she get older, you might be more strict? You feel like?
Hell yeah. When she come home like
it might flop because you might be cooler with the boy.
Daddy, I want to go on a date.
But that's just how we are though. Like as men with our family.
Daddy, I want to wear heels with this mini
we be
skirt.
like how we act with Day Day. Like we like that with our women in general. Like we're protective. Like that's just how we are bred as. I mean, but it's gonna be way more, I guess, different when I got a daughter because now I'm. Like that's my life. Like that's my lifeline. Like it's my seed. That's my seed.
I feel you.
Come on, bro.
I feel you.
I gotta be there for her regardless. Right. Like, no questions. Even if we down broke, I'm gonna make sure she got my last. Like, so I don't know.
That's my man.
Yeah, you feel me, big dog? I ain't even popping yet, but I'm ready to be the popper. I know I'll be a great father, bro.
Trelly, would you be strict or cool, man? You think it depends on the gender?
I think he gonna be the strict one.
I cannot wait for T to be
It's crazy because he the cool one. I think
he gonna be the best fucking dad.
He gonna be the cool one. I mean the strict one.
I'm gonna be the parent. Like me and my son or daughter, we gonna get in trouble.
Together.
Mike, I get a cook. You know, Dad, I get. Come on, we go down and get it. You gonna tell her no for it. You know what I'm saying?
But if you had a girl though,
a girl,
I think you'll be more stricter.
I doubt it. I think his daughter would have him wrapped around her tiny little
of course.
finger.
But he's gonna be stricter, is what I'm saying. Like in my
I think as she get older,
as she gets older,
certain like little ground
Not
laws
when she
I'ma
still a
have.
goober.
Yeah, but when she a baby.
Cause how you like with Lex and her sister?
Like Virgil 5, you a
Okay,
goober.
that's a goober.
You cool with them, but you don't play around with them.
Yeah, no, they older now, so it's like they in high school, so it's like, all right, I'm here, like this what I'm here for. But like I said, I think it depends. I just want my kids to have fun. I want them to be able to come to both parents about anything. I want them to be comfortable at home. I want to make a stable home for them. You feel what I'm saying? So along with the dogs, one big happy family. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just. I think I'm gonna just, I think I'm gonna be the cool parent. Strict on certain areas. Like I said, priorities come first. She, what she's supposed to be doing. What she gotta do. They know I'm gonna have certain expectations for them to do, or that I know they can do, without me saying it. Because that's how I was brought up. There's certain expectations that my parents had for me that I know I had to do in school and outside of school, and when just to make smart decisions, and that's how I'm gonna raise my kids.
That's good.
T, can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. Because I heard you say you want to be the cool parent, and I know the way I was brought up. My father was my cool parent, but my mother hated it. So actually, this is for all of y'all, but like I'm mainly talking to T, because T, I can see you being the cool parent. Do y'all as men feel like y'all shouldn't be
What?
the cool parent? Because it's like, generally speaking, in I would say like a normal household, or typically, one parent is like more lenient and the other one is not. You got the cool parent, and then you got the strict one, the one who when he come home, you tighten up. And then that one, you can play with. And don't get me wrong, it's fine for that to be the dad sometimes, but I know there are times where it's just like the dad, if dad ain't putting his foot down,
well, that's the thing, though.
You messing up the dynamic. I would think if the mom has to be that one.
I say it would depend on your structure, really, because if the structure is like, say you are with the child more, then I might look like the cool parent on that end, oh, I don't see daddy as much type shit, and it's like,
so when
when it comes playtime, I got to be on point with my energy if I'm just only coming around, but so much, you know what I'm saying? Because I take, for instance, my relationship, right? So my wife works during the day, I work at night, so it's like she might see the child more so at night rather than me if I don't switch my schedule. So I feel like of me, of course, I would look like the cool parent. And for me as a person, I feel because I feel like the less
you working at night, the child is spending more time with you because you the one dropping it off, you the one picking it up, and you probably might be giving it dinner or whatever before you go to work. So,
yeah, I would say that's probably mainly before they go to school. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like school is expanded out more than your childhood. So it's like, yeah, but I feel like I wouldn't be very disciplinary to answer your question.
You think you would be the cool parent
too? I'd be the cool parent.
Yeah, it just depends on your rapport, the respect level your child got for you.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I feel like your child would mirror you kind of in a way if you don't change.
If they looking up to you, there's gonna be all respect. So it's like then when they mess up and you correct them, that's when they know oh. Alright, but certain areas I know not to play with my father because he corrected me the first time. It's gonna happen again.
Yeah, that's
all
what I was
about how
gonna
you
say.
correct
well,
them.
which one would you be?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because I don't see you being the cool parent, and I don't even mean that as shape, but I can see you being the one who got
but that's what I was about to say. I feel like my demeanor would be cool because I just know how I was raised. My father, he just said he stepped in when he had to step in and let you know you're not being a man right now. It's or vice versa. With my sister, you doing some shit that I don't fuck with as your father. So get your shit together. You feel what I'm saying? But you knew he was the cool one. We can be ourselves with him, but don't stretch them boundaries too far. Respect him at the end of the day.
Don't take him out.
Yeah, that's kind of I think the dad I would be. But now, like I said, it depends on the gender. I think if it's a woman, I'd be more. I mean, a girl, I'd be more strict.
I agree, because I'd be looking at you with your niece, and
I don't play with that little motherfucker.
Man, I remember one time. Remember when we took her to main event, whatever that thing is.
She was showing her ass a little bit.
You was like, Rihanna. I'm like, damn, that shit kind of hit my heart a little bit. And you wasn't even talking to me.
Yeah, I think she was 11, 12 at the time.
She was
So it's but she's starting to feel herself.
She is, and she at that age.
Not to speak that, speaking into existence. My brother's gone now, so it's I feel like
you kind of have.
I gotta play that role. When she asks for anything, I'll be giving her whatever she need. Oh my God, since we talking about this shit, She tried to finesse me out some fucking nails the other day. Like,
I think you put this thing on Instagram.
I did. And I was like, yo.
How she finesse you? Did she outright ask you for it?
She asked me for her nails. But did she ask me for 100? I know for a fact.
You was a goddamn lie. You want to know how much I pay?
Just $100 just for these?
Just nails? Like, not her toes?
Just, yeah. And that's what I didn't know. She was saying that she wanted to get both of them done. But she said she wanted to get her nails done. So
these bitches is getting expensive.
I know that. Inflation's a motherfucker, fellas. So if you paying for nails and shit, remember you prepared to put out more than what the fuck we expect.
Design for her finger.
My maximum I paid for nails was like $75, $85. Because I know that when you get some shit done, but that's like...
And then if you want design, if you want length,
that's what I'm saying.
She might not get them real long, but she want design.
So that's why, like, I had to check her, like, oh, is you playing with me right now? Like,
so
like,
she had to send you a picture of some shit.
Yeah,
right?
I told her, look, send me my investment, because I want to see these motherfuckers.
I'm gonna do my research in the background.
But they came out nice though, and I asked but y'all grown women too. She's a 14-year-old girl. I'm not thinking she out here getting all that shit done.
Yeah.
Like, so in my head, I'm like. The fuck you need $100 for to get your nails done?
Your nails ain't the mall.
Yeah, like
you think you're slick.
Yeah, like you think you was slick. You try to add on some extra shit. Yeah, but no, she sent me her nails. They was cute and she got it ready. But it was her like for going back to school. So
okay, yeah,
I had to make sure she good. You feel me? I'm like,
she 14 now.
Yeah, she's in
ninth grade.
She played volleyball.
Is she in ninth grade?
Yeah.
Oh
shit. She played JV volleyball right now.
She in high school. Where I been at?
I know.
Okay.
She go to cover.
Wow, did she?
Damn. Fucking. And then go ahead.
Yeah,
Baby
D.
What kind of
Because D the one ready. Like, I'm ready for T to be one, but D is ready to be a father like yesterday.
You think you're gonna be strict or cool?
I feel like when it comes to...
I feel like he ready to lie. I can just feel it. Go ahead. I don't know. Go ahead. What kind of father you gonna be, D?
I think he really gonna be the strict.
I feel like... Why?
Just go ahead. I want to hear your answer first.
I want to hear your answer too.
I feel like it's gonna be in between though. Like, but my thing is, I feel like you see how G Herbo is with his kids.
Yes.
I feel like that's probably close to where I'll be. Like, they gonna be like.
I think your Herbo's still strict though, low key.
But exactly, but like I mean, I don't know behind the scenes, but you just talking about like based on what I see, like he be talking to them like they his homies. He be playing
with him a little
exactly,
bit.
Like he be talking to them like they his homies for like. I just saw a video this morning where he was talking to one of his sons. He was like, "We not gonna be watching 2 Disney movies in a row. Like I'm gonna watch. We gonna watch your one Disney movie. I'm gonna watch my gangster movie, or you can take your ass to sleep. So, like something like that. Like he was just like talking to him like it was like I'm talking to you. Like I feel like just having those real conversations, but at the same time, just know like it's a boundary that you don't cross. Because I feel like with me, I had 2 cool parents, but it was like at the same time. You gotta, like, my father was like, real.
I was about to say, he was way more strict than what you
thought. He gives cool dad vibes, but you better not play with him.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, my father, y'all know
way more strict.
Exactly. Y'all know my father, like,
I grew up with this nigga. He was
my father, he loves to play games. Like, he'll joke with you, he'll have fun with you all day, every day, but it's also a line that you don't cross. And once you cross that line, he gonna let you know that you crossed that damn line.
Not you cross it, but I seen somebody cross that line with him. Oh, my.
But yeah, he gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Which one?
Remember Snake told him like,
yeah. He
was at that nigga neck.
Yeah, he gonna let you know, but this
like,
I feel like
shit.
Who the fuck you talking to? Like that, like shit get real. Like,
exactly.
Real.
But I feel like it's gonna be that balance for me because I feel like I don't want to be those overbearing parents where it's like I'm super strict.
Yeah, I don't play that line though. I don't play that line with my father because it can get wicked real quick.
Exactly.
Like I don't play that line with him.
Exactly.
Like shit like that.
I feel like I can.
You should just know better for some shit though.
But some people don't respect their parents enough to put
that's facts,
like that shit first.
That's facts. Because like
you gotta build that respect.
Speaking of who you just brought up, we saw how that went down with how that line where he crossed that shit plenty of times. So,
hell yeah,
exactly. So
and then your mother gotta be the one to save you all the time after you don't really respect it. That's not. But cool,
like that's just not what I'm going to do. Like it has to be that. Like you have to. Okay, like, I'm gonna be cool with you. I'm gonna have fun with you. We can go. We'll do whatever you want. But it's also that line to where it's like you're not gonna step over that.
So let me ask y'all this question. And I don't mean to ask it like this because we talking about, but if when do you feel like you could check out on your kid? Like, cause I see parents do it sometimes, especially ones that come out of alternative schools and shit. Like, do you ever feel like it'd be a time where your kid just like, all right,
Never.
He not the person I really raised, or
Never.
When
really
you say
so?
check out,
You
do
mean
you
like
mean
be done
like
with
okay, my job is
Yeah,
done?
like, 'cause
or do you mean disconnect?
I can't
disconnect from them? Like, if they become so bad to the point where you like, it's not how
I ain't gonna lie. If my child was like a crackhead for 5 years, I might
You might be like, all right, I disowned him a little bit.
Yeah, I might.
But yo, don't say like never, because it could happen.
I mean, yeah, of
Everybody
course.
has a break.
Everybody has their
People
breaking
don't
point.
always think they kid gonna go down to, you feel me?
But I feel
be
like-
a drug addict, be
Right,
alcoholic,
but-
be an abuser, be a murderer.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean say it like that for real. Like,
But at the same time, I feel like being as though, I mean, and it all, I mean, it's weird, but because I feel like being as though you're that person's parent, in a way, that shit's on you. In some way, shape, or form.
yeah.
And
That
I
shit is
think
on
that
you.
has a lot to do with why parents will probably take longer to disconnect.
Of
Because
course.
since it's
They
an
should be the last ones
extension
too.
They
Exactly.
should be the last
But I'm
ones.
saying it can get to that point where
It
like,
can.
Of course, it definitely can.
especially
Like,
when I seen this video on Twitter where this lady had a son, and he's like, I don't know if he had some type of mental issues, but she fucked up her whole house, like broke everything in there,
think I
was
know what
ready
you're
trying to
talking
beat her and all that shit. Like,
knocked off a piece of granite. And shit.
yeah, nigga,
I know
and
exactly
he
what you're talking about.
6'7", 6'5", 200, and his
gosh.
mother, he lived with his mother, and he just went crazy, like abusing and all that shit. Like, so
I would have been in jail.
you feel me? Like, when
But
do you
know
disconnect?
what?
Like, that's
I ain't gonna lie. That might sometimes be the last resort. I've seen like my godmother, like my godbrother was coming up, and like he was going through some shit. He was being a little badass, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, she was the one who called the cops on him. And sometimes you feel me, like, all right, and this not always the case, but like, say if you got a household with a single mother, and you trying to raise your son, and you see he fucking up, and he keep fucking up. First of all, that's a lot on you as his mother. But damn it, if I think I can't do it, if I feel like I done called everybody in my family who I thought maybe could get through to him, and they can't, yeah, I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna let your ass go to jail. Because first of all, you need to know what happens when you do wrong. I'm not ready to always bail you out, especially if you at an age where you ready to get tried as an adult, because you need to see what happens to adults when adults fuck up. And when you go, I ain't leaving you in there. Like, I'm going to still come see you. I'm going to make sure you got money on your books. Like, you ain't going to be in there feeling like you alone. But while you're in there,
that's the only structure that you
I
respect.
get the peace of mind. I can sleep at night because I know you all right. I ain't got to worry about somebody taking your life. I mean, but
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Forgot where you at?
I feel like I would.
You know what it is?
Like, I feel like before I
You ever heard of a shake?
real shit.
Shit happens.
Before I did some shit like that to my son, I was
Not gonna
calm,
take it
like,
later, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Ever heard of a
man,
riot?
they just throw his ass in the shoe. Like, don't just let something happen to my son.
He got put in
Slip.
jail.
Because then I'm
Let me-
gonna
let me-
feel
let me
like
ask-
I
Let me ask you a question.
Once
I
he's
feel
in
like
there,
I
it's not
failed
some
you.
shit you
Do you
control.
not
You already
understand
put it in the
that-
system. It's not. You can't like say,
I mean,
"Oh no, take my son out."
That's the streets inside of a building. Like, that's literally.
I mean, no, I get that. But my point just is, you feel me? Like,
You better off calling one of his cousins or some shit, letting them beat the shit out of him real quick. Scared straight.
I was ready to say, I
Stop
suggested
that,
Beyonce.
exactly, like,
I wish the fuck I would hear Day
Exactly,
son
like-
putting his hand. All right, come on there, beat the
Exactly.
shit out of his kid.
Exactly.
Nah, beat the shit out, cuz. Like, they go in the back. Don't say they dead.
Shit.
Don't go. Just go home. Matter of fact, come tell them.
And now let your ass have him. Like, get him.
Yeah,
Call on, I call on y'all ass.
We going for it.
we going.
This little nigga think he grown. Come get this nigga.
Yeah, we going for a ride. For real.
But like I saw some. I don't know if it was on one of his comedy specials. I don't know if it was one of his comedy specials or it was an interview or whatever. But I saw Kevin Hart was talking about how his mother did that with his older brother because he was like real deep in the streets, and I think he was like 16, 17 years old, and she just couldn't get him to stop, so she got him emancipated. Which basically, if you don't know what emancipation means, exactly, you're as a parent, you're literally legally relieving yourself from responsibility of your child. So now, whether he's 16, 17, or 15 or 14,
ain't your responsibility.
it's not your responsibility no more. He does what the fuck he wants. So she felt like, you want to be a grown ass man? Go be a grown ass man.
Yeah, because
I feel like that's fucked up. But
nah, I don't think so. Depending on the situation.
Depending on the
I've never heard of a
Yeah,
parent
it
getting their
depends.
child emancipated. Usually I've heard of children choosing to emancipate themselves.
yeah,
But I would say that is low-key the same No, because y'all already throw stones. But my point is, I feel like that's kinda along the same like mindset of let me call the cops on them. Because either way, what you're doing is taking the burden off of you. And Kevin Hart brother situation is, I'm gonna let you do whatever you want to do out here. I'm calling the jail on you thing is like, I'm gonna go let the law handle your ass. But either way,
that's way worse.
I mean, I ain't saying it's not, but either way, it's like I'm ridding myself of having to feel like I gotta stay up every night worrying if you coming home, wonder if you good, making sure you straight, like keep putting my roof over your head, even though I know that you like not respecting it.
Nah,
I think. I mean, you still would be worried in a way, but it's like it's like the fact of somebody not always hitting you up like the police or somebody to be like, all right, like come get your child type shit. I feel like that's respectable. Like after a while, like if I get like 5 phone calls from a motherfucking police on different occasions, like come get your baby. I'm like, nah, you can
keep his ass.
You can do it. His motherfucking ass. He's in here.
Right.
The reason I feel like it's worse is because I don't know. Maybe in my head, I feel like that's the worst thing you can do to a nigga is call the police on him. Like in general. Like I'm not saying you might not have, in that situation you're not right, but that's just like the worst thing you do to me.
See,
and I'm speaking from my perspective.
Now, mind you, it's different because I'm a woman. And not saying that I would think that I would have a child with somebody who wouldn't be there, but I feel like that type of, and I'm not saying that's what I would do, but I'm just saying when that type of thing happens where you didn't call the cops on your child, it's like a last resort. Like I can't do this.
Yeah, I know.
It will not do right.
I know, but
and it can happen for girls too. But it's just like I can't.
Yeah, if you get pushed to that limit and it's necessary, do what you gotta do. I'm just saying, I feel like I'd rather give him the opportunity to go be the man he want to be, whether it's on the street, whether it's you do some positive shit, but obviously you ain't learning from me. So go ahead and I emancipate you, whatever. Like, go ahead about your business. Then to put him in the penitentiary. Now he in that motherfucker.
Well, see, let me say this.
Right?
Don't get me wrong. I ain't
fucking his life up even worse.
Absolutely something wrong with that. But my point, like, I've seen people come out of jail. Like, first of all, we all know at least one nigga who come out of jail and turn into a fucking philosopher. They go in there and they read books.
Muslim.
They go in there and you feel me, like find
Allah.
God or whatever. But
praying
like, my
5
point
times a
just
day
is,
and shit.
people really do. It does reform some people.
It does.
Not everybody. But I've seen people come out on the other side of it and be better. Like, man, I was a knucklehead. I was on some shit. I'm glad. My fault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad, you feel me, like that. It had to happen, but I'm glad it did because
no, I agree because sometimes the institution save people. Like
it can.
It save them. It make them a better person. But also, it definitely can. 70% probably getting their life and mental fucked up. Like. It's way worse. Like, you gotta think about it, yo.
You can get PTSD from anything, though. You can have it from.
But I'm saying you throwing them in the cage. Yeah, you throwing them in the cage now. You throwing them you throwing them to the wall. Like
facts.
Like it ain't no nigga. You wanted this? Go get it. Like that type of time.
You also gotta think about the other side of it too. Like I'm not to say it like this, but just fuck what it's going to do to him. Personally, for a second, like mentally, but
I feel
you gotta think about once you put him in the system, as like the U.S. government, like he's
a slave. He's a slave now.
He's a slave in there. Like, he's gonna be hard to find a job. It's gonna be hard for him to get a fucking place.
He's a slave
hard for him to do anything. Like he's not gonna be able to have a regular life. All because he was in the system for whatever it was that he was in the system for. I would rather just like
you gotta work when you go to jail. Like they make you work. Like you have to go do something. Like I mean, depending on like if you're maximum security, you gotta be in there locked down forever. But like you gotta work for them.
Yeah.
In some type of way.
I do know
if
that.
you on regular like GP like population, you gotta work for them.
Even if it's something small as like doing laundry or cooking or some shit.
I know they go in there and get a job.
Yeah, if you're a risk like. Then they won't put you anywhere. But like other than that, if you chilling and you trying to get your time done, you gotta go work for that $1, my brother. Like no questions. Like laundry, cooking, janitor, something, wiping down shit, like doing something.
Well, I mean,
and none of our kids gonna turn out that way.
Hope not. We're not.
Hope not.
I'll really just say
I'm sending you father, bro. Before one of these motherfuckers.
But I get what you're saying. But like. 1 out of 5 of us, 1 of our kids going to fucking jail. I believe that. They gonna do something. I ain't saying they gonna be in jail forever.
Which one? Let's just play that game for a second. Let's just play that game. Out of of the 5 of us, who do we think would raise a child that's gonna mess around and go to jail?
I don't know.
Oh, so you making eye contact?
Look, I'm just like examining it. I don't see it, but it's like I feel like
I could honestly say if my child has anything close to the temper that I had as a child and don't know how to control it, like I've learned how to control it, that motherfucker's going to jail. But I'm not gonna wish that. Well, I'm not gonna wish that. But I'm just saying.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know. But I can't. And it just depends on. I think it depends on the gender I have, bro. Like, I don't know. I do not know. I would never say they were going to go to jail. Of course, I would not put them in that predicament to ever think they would. But I did some shit that my parents don't even know. So it's like, I don't know. If you make the decision I made, if you wasn't slick as I was, you might get down. You might go down for a little bit.
You always say your child, like your first son is like what 10 times worse than you are, or some shit like that.
You might go down.
My first son is like 10 times worse than me.
And from my family myself, like my brother, like they gone. Like and you I don't think nobody expected that shit when they was born. Like
nobody
you gonna be living life in prison, but they gone. Like you just don't expect it. It just happens. You know what I mean? And then it depends where you live at. You like of course we wanna be we wanna be given of course we wanna have our kids to be privileged. I think we all would. But
silver spoon, gold fork, platinum plate.
Do you think that's that's another question.
That's a good point.
Do you think that's a bad thing though?
In a way, it depends.
I think it is.
If you give them too much at a young age, I'm not even gonna say not even giving them too much at a young age. It depends on how you do it, because it's like I still want to be able to I want to be able to have my child know both sides. Like I want them to be privileged, but I want them to also be street smart in a way. Like I want to be able to take
how
them.
he was. Like
exactly.
We was in the hood, and then we also went to the county. Like
exactly. I want to be able to. They grew up in the county and in nice schools and all that. But
they get to see the trenches when
if I can take them
back
down
to reality.
I can take them back down to their own house or something like that, and they cool. I ain't got to worry about them doing no dumb shit. Like I want them to have both sides.
That's one thing I can say our parents probably did for us.
Facts.
Very well.
Yeah, you the best.
They wasn't scared to put us in the hood and let us learn how
see the real shit. Like see the real.
And then also they you can see how these white people live over here. Like they live good too. But you know, I'm gonna show you if you want to choose this route, you can have it. Like the hood is what it is. Like, and I'm not saying growing up in the city is always bad.
Right? Because I grew up in the city, but you also need to be able to appreciate where you come from too. Like,
of course.
Sometimes when you got kids raised with a silver spoon, they kind of had their nose up in the air and they look down on people.
Hell yeah!
And it's like, nigga, your grandparents came from the city. Don't ever
I was gonna say, and that's why you got to show them both sides. Though.
Yeah,
that's exactly why you got to show them both sides.
You need to know the whole.
Right. Because you good right now, but you got you gotta know where you come from.
You better.
Yeah, because not everybody in the hood fail. Don't ever, hell.
I don't know.
And not everybody in the county is squeaky clean.
Yeah, not everybody in the county is successful.
Period. Exactly.
Right. Nigga, and then a lot of niggas in the county want to be from the hood. Like, they want to be there. Like, they want to feel like... and I've been out in Edgewood, for the last, couple years. Like,
shit, bro.
Why do these, and
get it.
And I don't understand it. And I'm speaking from my perspective. Why do you, these niggas glamorize the city so much? I get it, we connected. Like East Baltimore right there.
It is.
East Baltimore right there, so I understand it. But come on, bro.
It's because you got this. It was like a big. Around when we moved out there, we moved out there. We moved out there back in 2012, I think 2011, some shit like that. And around that time, you can see that there was a shitload of people moving in from East Baltimore, West Baltimore, South Baltimore. It was just the whole Baltimore was moving out fucking Edgewood. You got half of Edgewood being Baltimore niggas, and everybody else who was already in Edgewood want to be like these Baltimore niggas. So now,
but the reason I can understand it a little differently, because in Baltimore County, we right down the road from the city. It's like you right down the road.
Not even just that, but the grass always looks green on the other side.
Yeah, but I'm saying, when I compare Baltimore County to Edgewood, for instance, Edgewood is they're glamorizing it to the point these niggas are actually really right there down the street from Baltimore City. It's not it's a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
These niggas taking that drive and just doing it just to do it. I don't know. I'm just saying, it just don't make sense to me. Why are we glamorizing gangs? And it wasn't nowhere near gangs in Edgewood in 2010. You feel what I'm saying?
Niggas came out there and yucked it up.
Yeah. Y'all just turned it into something that really was never supposed to be. For no reason. So that's why I'm,
I mean, if you...
Cause you giving like it's a silver spoon out there in Edgewood is what I'm saying. That's a good neighborhood. It's really supposed to be.
Shit, it was.
I mean, yeah, it's really supposed to be is what I'm saying. And then now it's like for no reason that shit just turned up to be to basically the hood of Harford County.
It is. That's the crazy. It is. They call that shit little waste the Baltimore of Harford County.
The heroin capital. That's what the
hell yeah. That's actually the heroin capital of Maryland.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. I didn't know that. It's a big ass sign as soon as you run in there. Like I think it's by the police department right there in Edgewood.
Yeah, it's a heroin capital.
The heroin capital. It says the stats and all that shit on there. That's just crazy.
Oh, y'all ain't know that Edgewood get crazy.
Come to get to their house because I didn't know that.
Edgewood get crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's just so confusing to me. Like, there's no point. There's no reason. Just my eyes.
Yeah.
Did we even touch on any subtopics?
That's crazy.
We took that shit and ran.
Yeah, he was going.
Let's bring it back. All right, let's talk about some things that you would or would not adopt from your parents. That's gonna be a tricky one. Adapt from your parents, like things that they did over your years that you probably would or wouldn't do. Or like, do you feel any different from your parents?
I saw something. Well, okay, let me say this. I think our generation, for the most part, seems to be doing a decent job of trying. Well, let me start that over. Our generation is doing one of two things as a parent. I think you're either trying to be different from your parents in a way that is hindering your child, or you're trying to be different from your parents in a way that's helping your child. And so, for example, one way that it can hinder your child is when you have these parents that like want to be the child's friend so much that you don't discipline your child. You're not very strict, and so you're raising a little badass.
Yes, Lord.
But one way that people are being different and it helps the child, and I actually just saw a video like this yesterday, I think on Instagram, one of them social medias. It was this woman, and she got called into her son's school because her son, I think, like threw a pencil or hit a child with a pencil. And so the mother took her child into like, I don't know, like a storage closet or some shit. And so when they were in the closet, she looked at her child. She's like, "Tell me what happened." And so she intentionally stood in front of like whoever called her, whoever works for the school, like, "Tell me what happened." And so the child, like, so-and-so bothered me, so I hit him with the pencil. And so the mother was like, "Is this the little boy that you've been telling me all week been bothering you?" And the son like, "Yeah." And she like, "Okay, I understand. I'm not mad at you at all. Okay, teacher lady, what is it that you called me for? Like, what do you want to tell me?" And so, of course, I'm sure the woman said something like, no. The woman tried to speak to the kid. And the mother was like, "No, I'm sorry. Don't address him. Talk to me." And so, like, her little caption on it, she was like, "First of all, I want my child to always feel like I hear them. So I'm always going to let my child speak before anybody else talks to me in a situation where somebody is trying to chastise them." I liked that. And I respect the fact, and I mean, she was very intentional about making it clear, leaving the school, leaving the classroom, leaving the storage closet. I'm not mad at you. I'm glad you did what you did, and I hope that little motherfucker don't mess with you no more. Because I know
Straight up.
Coming up, I feel like if your parent get called to the school and you did something, 9 times out of 10, we the last one to talk.
If we even talk.
If we even talk. You feel me? The teacher going to say what happened. The principal going to talk about how bad this is. Look on the school. And now when the parent looks at you, you ready to start crying because the mother looking at you like, "Why the fuck would you do?" But what I respected about what this mother did was she's like, "No, I want my child to feel like I'm going to listen to them. Now, if you ready to tell me something that's going to contradict it, you tell it to me. Don't address my child." Like, I like how she was defending her son. That's one thing, and I'm not saying that that's how I grew up, but I'm just saying, like, I like how that's very contrary to the way I feel like we were raised, but I respected the fuck out of the fact that she did that. Because I'm sure, like, moving forward, this child would never have to feel like parents just don't understand or my mother don't got my back. It's like, no, she's going to let me talk, and she's not going to let you interrupt me, and you not going to, like, address me and try to make me feel bad after I say what I did.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that another thing though we was talking about, like being like getting your ass whipped as a kid, like it changed your demeanor. Cause now, like what you were just saying, like I get it. Like I don't know if she whip her kid or anything like that, but like having that proper respect for them outside, but knowing you going back home to like getting your ass whipped if it's necessary, like that'll change your demeanor. Like you ain't gonna want to do the dumb shit. Now,
that's true.
If you defending yourself, then you shouldn't get your ass whipped. But at the same time, you know, like your kid. Like,
he
don't want to come back to this ass whipping.
Yeah.
So I know he ain't just throwing no pencil in no motherfucking...
For no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to whip his ass.
Right.
And he know
I'm going to whip his ass. So why would he do some shit like that?
Right.
You
so
feel what I'm saying?
Get down to
so
why
like, that's why I'm like... So she might have did that because she knows that for a fact. She's disciplinary at the end of the day. But I'm gonna respect my kid. I'm gonna make sure I fuck with that.
Yeah, I do too.
I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you gonna get this ass whipping, nigga. If you lying to me. See, that's what builds trust.
But see, so like last part of the video, she was making it clear to the person who worked at the school. He has already came home and told me this child keeps bothering him.
Yeah.
So at this point, he defended himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the woman was like, oh, well, I was never told. She's like, well, I don't know why they never told you. They must not have thought you was important enough to be a part of this. But I've already been made aware that my child been getting bullied. So no, he's not in trouble with me.
Yeah.
He defended himself because clearly y'all not doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, salute. I ain't mad at you at all, Mom. I'm like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because the type of teacher I am, if I know you getting bullied, I ain't even going to tell your mother you did something. I'm glad you fucking did it. And I ain't lying at all.
That's a fact.
I am not lying.
That shit happens every day at our school.
I seen get spit on. And when she hit that little back, I was like, that's what the fuck you better defend yourself. Yes. And I ain't telling mother nothing. Because she ain't do nothing wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
Just me.
No,
Moving on.
I had a conversation with my father not too long ago about a similar topic, and he was like, he got caught up in kind of regurgitating what was done to him as a child, whether that be good, bad, or indifferent. It was kind of like the same shit that his parents did to him, he was doing to me and my brother. And he was like, it took him it took him until we were grown, until I was like 22, my brother was like 27, 29, something like that. But realized, oh shit, that's what I was doing. Like, I was complaining when my parents were doing that to me, but I'm doing the same exact shit to him, but I'm not realizing it. It's just like, that's the type of shit that I was taught. But I feel like with me, I want to be a little bit more, because I mean, I can blame him for it a little bit because he was doing it, but at the same time, I can't, because it's like all he really knew. I felt, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I remember we was talking about it in the other episode when I said, like, you gotta, like, to a certain extent, eventually, as the child, you have to understand your parent, like, as well as them understanding you, because I think that's when you, as a child, that's when you become real mature, knowing your parents and like understanding how they are, what they are. So now that he came to you and told you that, I mean, I don't know if you already seen that before. Oh yeah. But like, was it something that you really probably like didn't think, like, that's how his parents raised him? Like, yeah. So it's like, at the end of the day, like, that's what I mean. Like, I know how my mother gonna act, and I know how my father gonna act, depending on like how they backgrounds was and how they was raised, and I luckily I got two of my grandparents still alive, so I get to see how they get down, like, and how strict they was or how they act. So it's like, you know what I mean? Well, one of them still alive, I'm sorry, but they was alive while I was alive to see them, is what I'm trying to say. So I got to understand how they get down and why they are the way they are. So, you know, that's kind of the gist of it.
I just feel like you just, like, me, on that topic, I feel like I just would try to be a little bit more conscious to know, like, I mean, just because of now, based on having that conversation, I feel like I would try to be a little bit more conscious to know, like, okay, catch myself, like, okay, maybe I might be
good.
Doing a little bit more shit, like,
for all of us, we ain't gonna be perfect. So
of course,
we gonna have to. We gonna make mistakes as parents just as well as they have. So that's all.
But you know what? I think the growth comes when you realize you made a mistake as a parent, and you have the maturity to go to your child and be like, all right, look.
Yeah, because parents ain't doing.
Parents don't do that.
Parents don't do that.
They don't. And then it takes for us to get grown, and we tell them, and then they feel like, oh shit.
And then like I think as a parent, when they start to realize that you smart enough to eat bullshit, or you smart enough to see that you ain't gonna just talk to me any kind of way type time. Like we gonna have an adult conversation, especially when you become an adult. Yeah, they don't like that shit. They do not like that shit.
Has to go both ways.
But I don't even think it be disrespect. We don't be. I mean, I don't be trying to be disrespectful, but it come off like, yo, like, watch who the fuck you talking to. I'm still your mother, but I'm not saying nothing too crazy.
I ain't disrespect
but it's like, that's what I'm saying.
I just don't like the way you talking to me. I'm gonna let you know that.
And I think it goes back into that whole what their parents regurgitated to them is like, you can't say nothing back to an adult when you can't say nothing back to an adult as a child.
This is why people need therapy. Real
you
shit.
can't say nothing back to an adult as a child, regardless of how old you are.
Unlearn some of the toxic shit that they learned as a child, and then they turned into this type of parent.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, the
it's
amount of
2022,
healing.
yo.
Yeah.
It's time to heal. You feel me? Like,
for real.
it's time to heal, man.
For real.
Because a lot of this shit, like, they don't fly with, like, it's traumatizing. Like, that shit was just shit that is traumatizing. But at the same time, it's time to heal, my brother. Because, like, you expect, I don't mean to say like this, but this generation, we got a lot of outlets than they had back in the day. So, yeah, you feel me? Like, now, like, they had to bottle that shit up. Like, we can express it on social media. Yep. We can do all type of shit to be feeling better the next day. I'm not saying mental health is, like, wasn't a priority as it is today.
Oh, definitely wasn't.
It probably wasn't though.
It wasn't. It was like now the awareness. It was nowhere near as how it was back in the day. You had to suck that shit up and take your ass to work. Mental health. Nowadays, you could take a mental health day from work. Mental health? Like, come on,
you could take a whole mental health day from work.
They wasn't doing that shit back in the day.
No. You better come punch this motherfucking clock.
Cause niggas made it aware.
Doctors know for that shit too.
You feel? Yes.
You see the doctors know for
that shit.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. You couldn't get diagnosed for mental health back in the day. Fuck, nigga.
I seen a TV show. This man
get your
said
shit together.
Depression is like a rich white man's luxury. We don't got time to be depressed.
Right. Real shit.
Fucking
that's exactly
cry in the car and then go to work.
You know, trauma was more traumatized than we was, and I can say that. Real shit.
We having a whole NSP therapy session.
We are.
I ain't gonna lie, that's what this shit be.
Yeah.
Like,
it does. It's an outlet.
Yeah.
It's a release.
Trelly with the belly. What would you adapt from your parents if you had to say one thing?
T gonna smoke with his
personality. I can respect that.
I know you is.
Renzo, name one thing you wouldn't adopt from your parents.
Put him on the spot.
From both of them or just
either one? You ain't gotta be specific. See, I'm putting you on the spot, but not the spot.
You ain't gotta specify. I wouldn't do this like my dad. I wouldn't do this like my mom.
I can because like
all right, gangster.
No, I mean they know I love him regardless. But my one thing I wouldn't adopt from my dad is like everything gotta be hood. Like every type of decision gotta be hood. Like we just had a whole situation yesterday. Like. Bro, what? Like you can't ride in the car with 4 niggas because that's just how you don't get down. What? Like what? Come on, bro. I get it, but we not always in the hood. But that's my dog, though. But I mean, certain shit I wouldn't adopt because he just like he just a hood nigga. Like it's just he got a straight hood mentality. Like everything straight hood decisions, bro. Like you got like it's just paranoia and then like for my mom I love her to death but sometimes she's just overbearing like but that's who she is. She's a caring person. She loved the fuck out of me.
Loves the fuck
but like you would never like I would never take it like it's a negative, but it's sometimes it get annoying. But I love you to death.
Yeah.
But she know herself. Like, all right, goddamn. Like she'd come in my room with my mail in her hand. Like, yeah, you fucking up. Like, just give it to me. Like, you don't even open this shit. You don't even know what it says. And she like jumping to assumption the other day. That shit was hilarious.
Shit, mine
it was just a fucking letter talking about some new shit that's about to change in Maryland.
One thing that was funny.
Like, what the fuck?
Is this shit's been happening since we was little kids. She'll call him. If he don't answer the phone, she's calling the
phone. The whole fucking world, yo.
Everybody.
Yo, like that shit like that.
Like, she'll call Tyrell. Tyrell answer the phone, she's calling me.
I don't know if it's a trust.
Calling my phone.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's a trust issue thing. But like, she gotta know. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you not answering my call? Where is the I know you see my car. Where the fuck is this? Why are you not answering? Yo, I could be asleep, bro. It's happened 100 times. I could be asleep. She called me 5-6 times. Trelly called me, yo, your mother looking for you, bro. Nigga, I was asleep.
Tell her that.
But how the fuck I'm gonna tell you that when I'm asleep?
I told T, like, man, look, tell him.
But he don't know. No, I'm saying he might be gone. He might be somewhere else. Mm-hmm. But just cause she know I'll be with him, she gonna call the nigga like she gonna call around the whole boy. Call my girl, call you, call him. Goddamn, like, but I'm asleep, motherfucker.
I thought my mom was gonna do that because when I got to college, she got like all my roommates' numbers. When I got a boyfriend, she got his numbers. Like, so in my mind, I thought that's what she would do. But she like, I don't think she's ever actually used the numbers. Yeah. But she like, I just need to have hands on somebody who got hands on you while you up here.
Yeah, those are 2 things I wouldn't adopt from each one. Like, I'll be in the hood all the fucking time.
Let's slide today. What wouldn't you adopt from your parents? Wouldn't.
I heard it. Okay, enunciation. I got it. I would not. How do I say this?
Say it right.
Okay.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I would not sacrifice having like an emotional connection with my child at the expense of making sure they turn out right. Like, I wouldn't kind of be emotionally abusive and like not take your feelings into consideration because I'm just trying to make sure you turn out to be this awesome individual.
I second that.
Yeah, that's what I would.
That's because they already have something anticipated for you, like, and you like that's another fault that a lot of parents have. Like, stop anticipating what you want on them. Let them also figure out what they're gonna do.
And you gotta really know your kids, because if you got 3 children, they all are gonna be different. They all need certain things. So if you can be hard on one, don't be hard on all 3. One of them might be a little teddy bear, and you're gonna hurt their feelings, and then they're gonna create a wall and shut down. You gotta know how to, like, the 3 of them. I know which one I could call and like cry to. I know which one I could call for a laugh. I know which one I could call and like we gonna cuss each other out, but then at the end we gonna say I love you. Like, people are different. Seriously.
I knew exactly which one she was talking about.
I knew exactly.
They literally went down the line. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. They literally went down the line.
Right down the line.
And I know that.
And last we're gonna keep it 100 all the fucking time, regardless of what she feel. You feel what I'm saying? But nah, I feel that.
Baby D, what you adopted from your parents? One thing.
You said that he would adopt.
Would
Okay.
adopt.
Would adopt. Oh,
Oh,
would
you're
adopt.
switching it up for everybody. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jane asked me that.
Would. One thing I would adopt, well, from my dad, I would say, my father's always been real intentional about, whatever I got, my son gonna have too. Like, he's been like I remember there's been times where he wouldn't buy a pair of shoes if he wasn't buying me and my brother a pair of shoes, or he wouldn't buy a pair of shoes, or he wouldn't buy a hat if he wasn't buying me a hat, or my brother a hat, some shit like that. Like, my kids is always gonna have what I'm gonna have.
That's
And
tough.
I respect that.
my mother, I would say, she was real, like, y'all, Tita's cool as shit.
Yeah, she's
Like,
definitely a
but
cool parent.
It's like,
For sure.
she's been like that since I was little, to where as though, like, I remember times when I was 9 years old, like, specifically, I was 12 years old, I got suspended from school for cussing the teacher out and all that other type shit, but,
Oh, you just wanted him.
Oh no, this nigga did some dumb shit in school. Yeah, D got his ass whipped a few times.
At 12?
At 12 years old,
That's
Nigga used to throw chairs. Nigga threw a chair at somebody. But you got suspended for that?
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Damn.
Got his ass whipped.
Yeah, but like, that's
You know this man whole record.
Hey, yo, I like, hey, what the fuck was you thinking? What the fuck was you doing? You couldn't calm yourself down, D.
And she probably like, no, yo, because this motherfucker
real
kept
shit.
trying me.
Exactly what it was.
Yo, he
But
know I got
nah,
one
like,
story, but go ahead.
When that situation happened, like, my mother, I was 12 years old, and she literally let me, like, vent. Say what you gotta say. You gotta cuss, you gotta fuss, you gotta scream. Do what you gotta do. Get that shit out. Like, you can't keep that bottled up because it's not gonna do nothing but get worse. So I feel like I want to be, like, that's something that I'm gonna take from her, because she's always been, like, I don't care.
Like an outlet.
Exactly. Like, just let me know. If you gotta cuss, you gotta fuss, you gotta say something, just let me know. Don't be disrespectful. Just let me know.
I don't mean to bring this up, but did your mother know about that Marquez situation? What did she say about that? Because I don't know. It was so specific. I seen your father reaction, so I want to know how your mother.
She said no. She didn't even have. She didn't have the same.
What was the situation?
Basically what happened was-
Hey, look.
I want to hear it. So you the viewers.
Now if they don't know, they going up. Like, if your mother know and you want the whole breakdown of everything, then mama going to know.
I was outside. It was a girl named Marquez used to live across the street from me.
Lean up.
We used to live across the street from me, whatever. And we was outside. I think it was like summer break or some shit. We was outside
That shit was
at the
hilarious.
basketball court. Something happened, but she kicked me in my nuts, and I slapped the shit out of her.
Y'all was sitting right there like, what the fuck? I smacked this
Did
shit
she
out of her.
accidentally?
No, she did that shit on purpose.
Bro, she was like one of them like you what?
Was it a
I don't know.
turnaround
She
slap?
was
Like you
one of them
slapped it
badass-
out, Which it was.
But it was like she liked him. But like, dang, it was like she liked him, but she was playing with him all the time. Like it was that type of relationship.
She didn't like his ass after that.
No, I don't know. She probably still liked the nigga after that, but
he
slapped the shit out of him.
Bro, it was the first reaction.
We went back to the house. His father was on his. You did what? You put your hands on what? A female? It just went up from there. Yeah, it went up from there. I was like, crazy as shit. You want to hit a woman? Hit me. Boom, boom. Like, oh shit.
Exactly.
I'm upstairs like, he'll get his ass. What? Oh, Chauncey, go upstairs, yo. Go upstairs, yo. I was like,
yo, you ever been in a room and you know somebody would get their ass beat and you just sitting to yourself like,
yo, I definitely got my ass.
They get that wild.
Hey, D, I was like, love you, big dog. I'll see you later, big dog. We'll play the game after this later, dog, and then fuck you up some more. But I had to go upstairs.
Oh, shit. Why she kick you, though?
I don't even remember, yo.
I don't.
But that shit was crazy.
We was all outside chilling.
Yeah, we was all. Shit, probably like 12.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, she's too old.
You had a wild 12, my man. You had a wild 12.
Like 12. Probably when you said Subbrook, right?
You slapped
So he was
living
middle
right
school.
across the street from something.
Yeah, it was like that when he lived on Belfield.
Bedford.
I was like 11, 12 years old. Yeah, but
That was some days though.
Hell yeah, I do know. Like you said, my father wasn't too happy about that shit. He fucked me up.
So that's what I'm saying.
My mother,
are you mad at your father for reacting like that? Because that's how I feel like I would react too if I found out you can't even with it, whatever it is. I found out you hitting a woman, a little girl. Like we gonna have some issues.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like. It wasn't like she might have deserved it.
You came home and told your father I hit a girl?
She was making. She lived right down the street, right?
She lived right across the street.
And she was making noises, being all loud outside and shit. We was
walking back home, and then when we came back, and yes,
your father literally was pulling up to the house. Bad time.
Yeah, he was pulling up to the house, and we was talking about it. Like we was out. Me and Chauncey, I think we had just walked in the door and we was talking about it. My father came in the house and he was just listening. He heard the situation. He was like, "You did what?"
Yeah, because in my eyes, I'm like, she deserved it. You kicked my man in his nuts. But I'm like, damn, when I think it from a father perspective, it's like, like you just put your hands on the
I would have to think that would have been a delayed reaction, because if she kicked you in your nuts, I'd think you went down. So you hollered and then got up and
he was like, I was trying to stop the nigga. He was like chasing her around, but then he got to her. Like,
you was working for that shit.
Like, bro, that shit hurt.
That shit happened so quick. It was like 5 seconds. I'm like, oh, then it happened. And she didn't like a little female to hit like to fight niggas. Like that's the type of girl she was. So like that's why I felt like she might have deserved it. But Uncle D
watching this now, my kid, we are sorry.
I apologize.
We sorry.
I'm sorry.
Don't kick a nigga in his nuts.
Don't be kicking nobody in their nuts.
Let that nigga slap shit out you like that.
But no, I think I don't remember exactly how she reacted with that situation, but I do remember my mother's always had the mindset of like, I don't give a fuck who it is. If they hit you back.
Really?
So
that's probably why. That's probably why he hit a back.
That is probably why I did that.
That was my mother.
That's gotta be a conflict thing.
But I ain't never had no female. I didn't slam the shit out of a girl.
My mother used to fight niggas. Like she got suspended from school a couple of times for fighting niggas. So like. That's just the type of my mother. She was a tomboy, so like
shit. My mother fucked a few niggas up herself.
Exactly. So like that's why she had that mindset. She grew up.
I know that's
she
right.
She grew up with a bunch of male cousins and shit like that. So like it was always like fight or
yeah. Okay.
So it was like if somebody hit you, they want to treat you like a nigga, fight them like a nigga. I would never like literally square up and shit like a girl. Like and ever since that situation, I've never hit a female. But
got that ass. You feel
I definitely have slammed.
Knocked some sense into that ass.
And that's why I say like that's what made him like. That ain't gonna don't ever let me hit that shit ever again.
Nah, like because I can't like I just don't like I've never like I can't put my hands on a female like that. Like the worst I can do.
Then you big as shit now, so it's like come on.
The worst I could do is like I might pick you up and like.
I feel like
shit like that.
But I had a situation like that too. Like a girl kicked me in my nuts and I pushed it down the steps.
I'm running.
in middle school. It happened in middle school.
Yo, why would we?
It's something about
shit like
that. But it's something about.
It's violent.
Cause like at that time we
pushed her downstairs.
We was in high school. We was in middle school.
Like a flight of
We was in the 7th grade. This happened probably the same year. I remember. No, bro. I remember. You remember book dropping and shit? Remember when niggas used to smack your books out your hand and shit in middle school? So like. I don't know what it was. I think I had dissed that to her like a couple days prior to that, and she was still mad about it. And I'm like, all right, we was playing though. It like, I know I'm not gonna go too far. I was playing. But I guess she got mad about it, and somebody was like, yeah, you're gonna let him do that shit to you, blah, 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 blah. And she kicked me in my fucking nuts. And like, we was walking from class. She had, like, she was, imagine, she was a Hispanic, so she played soccer. That shit hurt. And like, it was just my reaction. Like, you kicked me in my butt, I shoved the shit out of it. She went flying down the steps.
She lying to Messi the shit out that nigga.
She lying on Messi, my dumb ass.
Was your intention for her to go down the steps?
No, it wasn't intentional.
Okay, you was trying to push her.
I was trying to, but the steps were right there. Like literally, I was holding the door.
Shorty skipped all 13 steps.
I was holding the door.
Oh my god!
And while I was holding the door, she was walking past me, and I like gave her like get up, fuck out my face type time, and she just winded that and kicked the shit out of me. And then while she was doing that, I'm like, oh, and then I just pushed the shit out of her, and she went down the steps. That shit was crazy. And niggas like, oh, you know, everybody amping the shit up. Oh, teacher pulled me in the classroom. I had to get in school suspension day. We had to go to the office. Like it went up from there.
Which parent did they call?
Oh shit.
I don't think it was both of them. I think both of them came. But they understood me. That's what I'm saying. Like how your parent, how that like, yeah, they understand. Like, I kick my man in his nuts. Like. He ain't with my ass because he actually slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah, yours was like a reflex.
Mine was a reflex. You feel me? Like so, like and then they
mine was too. It was delayed reflex.
Nigga, you went and caught her. That wasn't no fucking reflex.
It was a delayed reflex.
Delayed reflex.
You chased her. That is different.
Like I'm running around.
A reflex is when and pop like. No, you was running after that ass. That shit was intentional.
Yeah, so
that shit is funny.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
Now
They've evolved.
I definitely did slap
They've
you.
evolved.
I feel bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I hope they did evolve. Y'all evolved.
I ain't no woman beater.
I ain't no woman beater, but I beat a bitch up.
Oh my god.
That sounded bad. That sounded bad.
I beat a bitch up. Oh Jesus.
Nah, I get a bitch beat up.
To bring it back
That's
around.
better.
Yeah, I get a bitch beat up.
Something I would adopt from my parents would be, my mother taught me a lot of like finance stuff, like financial literacy stuff, like how to pay bills, like early on, and how to like save and then like build up your credit, like as far as like what you charge at the right time and all of that stuff. I love that about something from my dad. I would say like with him being in softball for so long, so to give y'all context, like my dad been in softball since 12. My man's is like 70 plus now.
So since he was 12?
Since he was 12.
What the fuck?
So he's done that every year.
Damn, compared to 7.
Yo, imagine if he played in a father-son game, like him on one team and Uncle Marvin on the other. That'd be a good ass game. Because Uncle Marvin is nice.
Nah, he would have been on the father team.
Well, damn it. But to make it fair.
They did fuck y'all up. I wasn't there that day. They fucked y'all straight up.
But to make it fair, like you stole one of them on the other team.
Right. So I like that he would build teams all the time, and like he would go out there, win the championships and stuff. That make me excited. I'd be like, damn, that's pretty dope. Yeah. And kind of like build a team from people all over like different states and stuff. So I like that. One thing I would not, which I hope I don't, is that worry bug, because that worry bug is like
explain
crazy.
What you saying.
Like how you say you feel like your mother's overbearing. It's like that worry, but it's like I get that because like we they only kids. Like for your mother, it's like I'm you her only kid. Yeah. It's like for my parents, I'm their only child, so I can understand that. But it's like I don't want that worry bug as a parent, yo. I really don't. Like I feel like it's inevitable, but
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it's just that's how they naturally are.
It is inevitable.
And then like. I don't know. Like, if they had that from their parents, that's probably what they're going to do. So,
right.
I don't know.
That's true.
And it also depends on, like, just the way you grew up, too. Like, the way the parent grew up. Because if the parent had a lot of shit going on in their life, they're like, okay, so this is what can happen out there in the world. So, I'm trying to hope my child stays away from all this shit, but it's still out there in the world. So, I can't keep him from everything. So, I got called to double check. Okay, you're not doing this, right? You're not doing that, right? You're not doing that, right?
Right.
Let me ask y'all another question. I know it's been getting long on the episode, but when was it like your parents just opened up to you about everything? Like now you starting to see how the real life is with them. Like how old were you? Like that's what I'm saying. Like now shit real. Like you to the point where you starting to see the family bullshit. Like ain't everything peaches and cream. Like how old you think you was when they opened that door for you as like
and kind of you mean like they started to kind of just like keep shit with you like you was an adult type shit?
But I'm saying like, yeah, kind of. I think
for me it was like past 21.
21?
Had to be. I mean, they kept it real, but it's like
17.
The real, I feel like it was that.
For my mother, it's a different, like for my mother, I was like 16, 17.
You know what? I'm lying. I think it was a little earlier than that. I think when my little sister came in, when Raja came in, like you start to realize like shit ain't as always easy as you think it is. Like when my little sister came, like I started to realize, all right, like it's a whole different world out here that you ain't really understand. Like niggas is doing what they gotta do out here, like whether you like it or not. Like I start to see the whole realm of shit, like understanding that is real out here in this world, bro. Like it ain't all peaches and cream. You work hard, keep doing what you're doing, but see that once you turn to adult, shit gonna get real, bro. You gonna have to really take it. You gonna be on your own a little bit. You feel me? So that's kind of I think when my sister came. I think I was like 15. Well, I was Raj.
15, 16. No, I was 16, so you was 15.
15.
But yeah, I think that was around the same time for me. For my mom, it was like, well, for my mother, it was when I started smoking. When she found out I started smoking, that's when she was like, all right.
Damn, you was 16 when she found out?
I was 15 when she found out.
How old were you when you started?
Damn, got this man telling his whole
right.
The slap. Everything, God.
It was crazy. It was around that same time.
15?
Like, no, like 12.
Yeah, that's
like
what
I wasn't so okay. Let me say this. When I first started, like Bowers, that's when I first started like smoking. It wasn't like on no consistent shit. It was like whenever I was coming around, like I would with the older cousins or whatever, I would smoke. Like wasn't like how I smoke now. I didn't start smoking like how I smoke now until I was like 17, college. 18. Yeah, 18, college, some shit like that. But it was like once she found out I started like smoking, it was like okay, you're not a child no more. And that's another thing with my mom.
So you're making adult decisions. Like,
exactly.
You want to start making adult decisions.
I'm going to start treating you like an adult. But my father, I feel like it was a little bit later just because he tried to shelter me a little bit more. Which I feel like it was different because I thought that would be my mother trying to shelter me a little bit more. But I feel like my father was kind of like, he really... I don't know how to put it. He knew what's out. He knows what's out there. Like he knows the world, and he knows what's out there for a young man in the world. So like he's really don't do that shit. Like you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. You're not gonna do that. All right, bet. Like you fucking yourself up type shit. Like, but I took it in. All right, you getting on my nerves right now type shit. But after thinking about it, it's just really him trying to exactly. He's just being protective and being. Somewhat overbearing father in a little bit, exactly, but not really overbearing in the bad way, just being overbearing. Like, I want you to not make the same mistakes I did. I want you to be better than I was. So, it's just...
How old were you, Day-Day? Because I want to hear this.
I think I was like... I guess I was older than most of y'all sound like y'all were. I want to say I was... I think if I graduated at the end of my 21, then like somewhere around 2021 is when I feel like...
Really? That's late.
It is. Okay.
So like you was like 24. Yeah.
No, I don't mean the year 2020.
Oh, 21 years old.
I thought you did.
Okay. I was like, damn. Like that was last year.
You said 2021 something.
Bro,
that's
just now getting the ring.
I just told you the truth. I was like, what the fuck?
But no, it's I ain't gonna lie. I'm not sure I entirely understand what you asking me, but I will
maybe because it really ain't. It just happened. You know, maybe you already had it when you was a kid, so it might not be something that. Like I mean, like.
Okay, please clarify the question.
Was your mother really sheltering you? Did she let you know? Did she let you see a lot of real shit at a young age?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she did shelter me from a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was 20. I might have been 22. Like right after I graduated college, she kind of like sat me down, like told me her life story. Mm-hmm. And so as a result of doing that, of course, I understood shit about like her upbringing and all this.
I think around that time, what I'm saying, like around that time, like when my sister was born, my father just started keeping it all the way 100 with me. Like, yo, it's real out here.
Like, I'm gonna let you know what's going on. Yeah.
He ain't exposed me to everything, but it's real out here. Like, just let you know. And that's because that's who he is. Like, that's the product. He the product of his environment, so he got to explain to me in that way. Like, yo, it's real out here. And I made these dumbass decisions, so I'm gonna pay the consequences for them, and I'm gonna be who I am. And I'm at 15 years old, I'm gonna keep it real with you because I want you to know that this is who your father is. Like, and that's kind of what I mean. Like, he kept it so 100 with me. Like, I had to do nothing but respect it.
Yeah, I feel you.
a young age. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when was you like when your mom said you down like, yo, I've been through some shit and I've been through this. This is why I was who I was, and this is why I do what I do for you.
Yeah,
so like kind of like 21.
Okay. If that's now you break it down like that, I feel like it was a little bit later for me with my father, at least.
With your father,
yeah, because we didn't have that real conversation like when he broke down everything. Like we really broke down and aired out everything until like that was like what's this 2022? So it was 2020, February 2020. Like we sat down and that was when
shit went crazy.
Exactly, that's when I had that real conversation I was explaining to you earlier about when he was saying how he regurgitated basically the shit that he was doing. That's when we had that whole we had like a 4-hour conversation that day. It was like it got deep.
Yeah.
Then the world went dark.
Facts.
Yeah, I would say I was 15. Anybody else?
Did T answer?
18.
T was motherfucker high.
18.
I was 18.
18.
Like probably like before I went to college. Or but like when I came home. It's like mess of that. So I start getting the real conversations. But I'm a observer, so I was observing shit way before that.
Hell yeah.
So,
You always peep the shit. Man, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm always
T
observing.
see some shit over there in the corner on the left hand side.
So I'm on your ass. So. But no, it just started making more sense once you connect the dots. As you got older. But 18 is when the conversation started for real.
What about you, Nick?
Oh, I already answered.
Nick,
I said 21. I was the first.
Oh yeah, you did. You just ain't going to depth.
Yeah,
That's
I ain't
why.
going into detail.
Oh, all right.
I don't really know what the specifics really was, but I feel like that's when life started getting real. I mean,
21?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you fucking adult now.
Yeah, for real.
Bills coming in your name.
Right.
So shit gonna get real, and that's when I say like, I think it was a positive. It was at 15. Like I had in my head like, yo, I'm getting ready for the real world already, even though I wasn't even in it. Like, but I just, I was working at 15. Like I was doing shit like that at 15. So like it wasn't like it was nothing new. I had a job since I was 15. Like every year probably. Like I used to work at like it's just like. A lot of kids ain't had no fucking job at 15, 14, 13. Like they wasn't thinking about no working. They was stay cool. I mean, I'm not saying it was. I just had to do it because now, one, I'm living with my mother all the time. It ain't the same when it's two parents in the household. Right. Like now you ain't got one for nothing. But when you with your mother all the time, you gotta bring something to the table for yourself.
Make a man
yeah. So like now you gotta understand that. And then he was like of course my father was always in my life, but he was always like he had his own family too to take care of as well. So like it was vice versa. He was sharing time, and then he had to provide for everybody at the same. So when you try to provide for a bunch of people, you're gonna have a little bit of distance, and then make it up for when you come back. So that's kind of the lessons I was learning. At 15 years old.
Respect that.
Yeah.
That piggybacks into another subtopic. How important is a 2-person household to y'all?
Pros and cons.
Essential.
I don't think it's a big
Pros
deal.
and cons, yeah. I agree with that.
That's what you make it.
You think it's essential?
I think it's essential.
So
yeah,
you couldn't you
now you just talking for yourself, or you talking about in the perspective of like what you would want for yourself? Like, are you talking from perspective?
No, I think
both. Yeah,
I think it's a. I don't really say like not a fantasy word, but I think it's like that's the dream. Like you want, of course, have 2 parents in a household, but it don't always work out like that. As long as you co-parent together and you make it.
Yeah, I feel like
that's the best thing.
That's the kind of parent you is.
That's the best playing ground.
Shit overrated.
And like you said, in a perfect world.
Yeah, like you want
household would be
married,
picket fence, dog,
all
shit.
that
like,
cute
of
shit.
course, that would be in a perfect world. That would be what you want.
Dog.
But as long as
Yo, what is with you and dogs? All that have is pup.
He wants
No,
to
he
smoke,
can have
He
his dog.
wants
I'm
to
just
smoke,
saying, like,
man.
it ain't essential in my story.
But some people it is.
All right, cool.
But
Go ahead
as
with
long
your
as you like, but as long as you like have a cool co-parenting situation, like you don't really need like it's cool because like my parents were never together, but they've always had a good co-parent.
I don't think anybody else. Well, Nick.
I'm the only person.
I mean, I started off as 2-person. But then,
My parents were together. Then I had a sister and shit went left.
But yeah,
shit.
Daddy was a Rolling Stone.
On a different street.
But I did have I got the best of both worlds though because I had that single
All
parent.
right, Hannah Montana.
Hey yo,
Yeah, you gotta get the best of both worlds,
I had the
bro.
best of both worlds because I had that single parent household when I was with my mother or when I was with my father. But then my father got with Miss Alicia, who is like another mother for me, and that was like my 2-parent household. So it was like, it has its pros and its cons, but it's like as long as you have that cool co-parenting situation, it's really not like
because I think once I got from once the 2-parent households like split, that's when I started house hopping a lot. So I started realizing that's why it's getting real.
At what age? Because I think you had it. Well, no, Nick I guess had it longest. But like, at what age did you stop having a 2-parent household?
Like 9, 10.
Dang, it was that young.
Oh, y'all don't know. I'm sorry. You gotta have this conversation off
we do, because
my people's kept a lot of shit.
Yeah, we ain't going
distant from everybody.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, I was young.
Okay.
I was young.
I tell you why it surprised me, because my high school graduation was at your house.
Which one? Sunny Meadow? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you than you?
I'm 30 right now.
You're 6 years older than me, so that's you was like 6. You graduated.
17. You was
I graduated 2010. I was in 2010.
See, I'm not the
2010?
oldest. Nick's the oldest.
You almost 30.
Shut up, T.
We didn't leave there until at least I remember.
When I went to Newtown, I was
just saying that's why I was confused.
That probably was like close to the end.
Closer to the end.
Toxic love.
Yeah, that because they was yeah. That's all.
You was in like 8th grade, I think.
When hell
7th, 8th grade.
I was like in 6th or 7th. When we moved up, No, actually, I was in 6th grade when we first moved because we was in Newtown and I was taking the bus and then we moved up to street from Franklin. Remember? And I was in 7th grade. Yeah, and that's when my mother. So I was in Newtown for a couple months, so like close to a year. Remember we was in Newtown? Yeah, for like a couple months. That was the first house I had moved. We had when we moved out from Sunny Meadow.
That was a minute ago. Damn.
That was a minute ago, Slim. Yeah. I was like 11. I was young. I was a kid.
Damn.
Yeah, we moved out of Sunny Meadow.
No, I'm not gonna say still a cougar, but like you still.
Yeah, I was a kid. Y'all just didn't do all this. I be trying to put y'all on games.
I tell your audience, that house was lit.
That bitch was a movie. That was a movie.
Had a pool, had a gym, had a pool table, had basketball.
That shit was lit, boy.
Had a big ass living room,
gym, patio outside.
It was beautiful.
Driveway go to the back to the garage.
The big dog, Zeus. Nigga tell me he gonna break out the dog. Yeah, you remember met Castro and some of them? You don't remember them? No, you wasn't around that time. See, that's how I know it that's when we like first met him.
Not you basing time off the dogs.
No, I'm saying because Zeus was the last dog before we left Sunny Meadow. And I met him like when I was 11. Okay. So it was around that same time frame.
This is amazing.
Yeah, shit we
thought. All right, leave it on a lighter note. What physical traits y'all feel like y'all want y'all kids to
physical?
Take from? Yeah, physical traits you
that
want
I got?
that you want your kids to take from you.
I like it, daddy, boy.
You see this right here? You gotta have a good grade, Slim. You gotta have a good grade. I don't know, yo. You gotta have a good grade because I don't know how to deal with naps because I ain't never dealt with them. So I gotta have a good grade, Slim. All I'm saying is I'm speaking my truth, Day. I ain't never had to deal with the naps, so I don't understand it.
It's looking like you
ain't never had no.
Yeah, I hope so.
Got good grained hair.
Yeah, good grained hair, Slim.
Smile, but I want my son to have a belly.
What? You want your son to come out obese? God damn it.
Belly trick.
Yeah, let him come outside.
You was like as a baby.
No, he's always skinny. Hey. Just became a little thick, nigga. You just like you live this thick life, nigga. I was a thick nigga. Don't act like you was thick life.
He's like, I was that nigga. Like, I lived it.
I was the thick nigga. You crazy, Slim. Yeah. Like you live this thick life, nigga. I had to come down. You don't know what I've been through, nigga. You don't know the struggle, nigga.
You don't know the nicknames. You don't know the
You feel me, cuz? You don't know what I've been through, Slim.
If I have a daughter, I would like my daughter. Shut up.
Turn to the Nikki real quick.
You from New York? Nah. If I have a little girl physically, I would like my daughter to like be built like me. Like I would, have my little physique.
Too?
No, my physique. Yeah.
Because I know you be talking about your height like you fucking.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I would want my daughter to be as tall as I would just because like I don't like being this tall. But like I would like my daughter to, have a little like a mommy.
Like a mommy.
Like a mommy.
Average height.
Little mama.
Yes, you feel me? All that.
D, what you got, man? Any physical that you want to see in your child?
I mean,
I would think you say height.
That's definitely my number one is my height, but
for a girl or
for either one of them.
Really?
Fuck it. I mean, if I have a daughter, she going to the WNBA.
He's like WNBA. You don't care what
Should be a long jumper, track runner, something.
now track.
Daddy doing the basketball days all the time.
I got strong genes. Like we've never had no ugly people in my family, so you gotta get this face.
He said all of us sexy fuckers you talking about.
But no, like if you look at the babies, or
Nah.
if you look at my brother's babies, they look just like my father. Like they look exactly like my father. So
big
like,
old eyes and all
exactly.
that shit.
I could say
So
face
you
and
gotta
hair
have my
too.
face.
I could say face
And the hair
and
too, of course. The hair, of course.
Yeah, mine is hair. Number one.
Cause this hair switch up depending.
Yeah.
If y'all see in a few
I don't know. I just got the good grain, yo. I gotta have the good grains, yo. And it's crazy because my father, like, even when he was like, he got the good grain when he had hair. I just don't know when he lost that shit. So I'm worried right now.
Hey, yo.
I think he was like early 30s, yo. I got like 5 years left.
Live your life,
I heard that gene passes on majority from your mother's father.
The hair.
You better, I already say you better ask your grandfather.
He got hair. He still got hair.
got hair?
Yeah, he got that. Yeah, he got a little bit.
Oh, he always wearing a hat though, so I can never really tell.
Yeah, he got a little bit of white up there.
Still got something.
Something up there, big dog. Hopefully it passed from him.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, dog.
We in the same motherfucking mode.
I hope so.
I'm dead.
Tell us out there, audience, how do you think you would be a parent? What traits would you have? Would you be different from your parents? Let us know in the comments section. And as always, remember to like,
Comment.
And subscribe.
There we go.
And tell a friend to tell a friend.
That's what I love to hear.
Yes, Lord.
Baby D, take us out with the song of the day.
All right, I don't really know the words to it, but y'all probably do. It's Will Smith. Parents just don't understand.
Yeah,
Shout out Will. Oh,
shit. Smacking bitches.
West Philadelphia. On the thing.
That's the wrong song.
Only lie
I
we
know.
No need to argue. Parents just don't understand.
Period.
Yes, Lord. Y'all have a blessed day.
And we out.